Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Sam. If you are not new, thank you so much for coming back. I so appreciate it. I came across something this morning when I was doing some research for an Optavia video that I just recorded, and I was intrigued. Apparently, Optavia was sued in the past for dark patterns. Now, I looked at that and I was like, what the is dark patterns? What does that even mean? And apparently a lot of people feel the same way because I started asking around, who has heard of this before? Who is familiar with dark patterns? Not very many people. So I thought, you know what, let's do a video on it, because once I started diving in, I could see the correlation between dark patterns, MLMs, and like the new entrepreneurial wave that is happening. So we're gonna dive in. I'm gonna give you some examples. So there are 12 different dark patterns that are used frequently. Some of them are actually illegal now, and some of them are illegal in other countries, but here in the US where I am, they are not illegal yet. While they're not illegal, they are considered unethical. So these are unethical business practices and unethical marketing tactics that are being used to manipulate us in a way that causes us to purchase whatever the thing is. I think that a lot of people are entering the marketing space as an entrepreneur or a contractor, and they didn't go to school for marketing. And if you're a marketer and you're watching this and you went to school for marketing, can you let me know down in the comments if this is something they teach in school? Like, do they teach you about dark patterns? Are you aware of them? Because I'm wondering if that is why we are seeing it more. Like, is it more of the entrepreneurs that haven't gone to school for marketing and are educated that are using this? That's how my brain is seeing it. Like, I'm seeing a lot of it happen with like the coaches and the MLMs who haven't been to marketing school. So let me know in the comments if that is the case. Now let's get into it. I have a couple of videos that explain it really well, and I want to go over a couple pieces of those. They are longer videos, so I'm not going to play the whole video. I will link them below if you do want to go and fall down the rabbit hole that I fell into. So those will be linked below. But again, as always, when I'm cutting a video, I'm never going to cut out the context that you need to understand it. So let's get started and talk about what the dark patterns actually are and what they have to do with network marketing and scammers.
Dark patterns are features of interface design crafted to trick users into doing things that they might not want to do, but which benefit the business in question. Here's an example. Have you ever tried to delete your Amazon account? Here's the Amazon homepage. What's the first thing you might think to do? The obvious place to look is the account dropdown here. Once you're in here, you look around, it's a lot of information, but if I'm interested in deleting my account, I think that your account is probably a good place to go. Once I'm on this page, there's a lot more information, payment options, login and security, and a bunch of stuff down here. Unfortunately, you could click every link on your account page, but none would deliver you to a place where you could actually delete it because it's not here. In order to actually delete your Amazon account, you have to go all the way down to the bottom of the page, and under Let Us Help You, click Help. Once you're in here, you have to navigate to Need More Help because, putting it on this page would just be too easy. Then click Contact Us. This is where it starts to get ridiculous. It's still nowhere to be seen, but of the 4 options on the top that you want help with, click Prime or Something Else. You want the something else. In this Tell Us More About Your Issue dropdown, there's still nothing that suggests account deletion. You just have to know to click Login and Security. And then in a second dropdown, there it is, the magic button, Close My Account. Except in order to actually do that, you now have to have a chat conversation with an Amazon associate who's going to tell you all the reasons account deletion is a bad idea. See, you can't delete the account yourself. They have to do it for you. This is a dark pattern.
In their defense, it is a bad idea. I don't know what I'd do without Amazon Prime, but the fact that it's that difficult, like it's good to know if you ever have to cancel your Amazon Prime, but the fact that it's that difficult is mind-blowing. I wouldn't know that because I never canceled my Amazon Prime because it is life-saving.
A crappy user experience that intentionally makes it difficult, almost impossible without help, to do something that hurts Amazon. UX specialist Harry Brigmell categorizes this specific kind of dark pattern as a roach motel, a design that makes it very easy for you to get into a situation, but very hard to get out. Brigmell is actually the one who coined the term dark pattern in 2010, and he's been cataloging and lecturing about the issue ever since. Many of these dark patterns we're all familiar with. I only have to search my email for a few seconds to find one. For example, here, I'm getting spam emails from Architectural Digest. I scroll down and look at that. This is a mess, but it's a mess on purpose. The unsubscribe link is here, but it's devilishly hard to see. That's because it's the same font and virtually the same color as the rest of the fine print. Here's another dark pattern that uses color to misdirect. Over at the user testing blog, Jennifer Jerome points out that the mobile game Two Dots carries you through the experience by offering green buttons. A green button to start the game, a green button to pick a level, a green button to start the level, and 3 green buttons to continue to the next level, and so on. But once you lose a level, the color scheme changes. The first green button you see leads you right to an in-app purchase, while the continue button is just a little X that blends into the larger element. I wonder how many people clicked buy moves reflexively as a Pavlovian Pavlovian response. Now, to be fair, this is a pretty benign dark pattern, but it shows how companies can use something as simple as color to trick you into doing what they want. On the more egregious end of the spectrum, you have stuff like this banner ad for Chatmost, which is made to look like it has a speck of dust on it, causing people to brush it away and accidentally click the link. Or you have sites like Booking.com, where they do everything in their power to increase the urgency of a purchase, going so far as to alert you in big red notifications of the hotel rooms that you just missed. I mean, you better book now. You don't want to be left behind again, do you?
If you've been consuming any type of anti-MLM content, you're probably already like, oh my God, MLMs do this all the time. And MLM reps do these things all the time. There's so much more to uncover. I want to dive more into it. Like I said, I just found out about this morning. So I did what research I could so that we can get start getting that information out there so that people are more aware. I think it really goes hand in hand with like the bite model. So it's pretty wild. Let's talk about the actual types of dark patterns and break them down. And I have some things to show you from BODi and from ClickFunnels that display these types of dark patterns. Now, when I Googled it, it does come up as dark patterns UX. And if you, like me, are not a professional marketer, UX means user experience. So it's the user experience and how they pull you in and how they keep you in. I am going to link everything that I mentioned that I got information from. All of my sources will be linked in the description if you want to do some of your own research and dive into it a little bit more. Those are there for you. I have 12 types of dark patterns that I wanted to go over. Some of them, again, are illegal, so I don't really have examples for you, but I did want to touch on them because sometimes the MLM reps or any kind of scammer really will use these tactics and try to get away with it. So if you see them, you know that, hey, this is illegal, I'm gonna report it. The first thing that I thought of that I could probably find an example of most of these things is BODi, previously known as Beachbody. So let's talk about each of the types of dark patterns I found on this website alone. I went to the website, I clicked on Start Free Trial. Before we move on from this screen, I will point out that misdirection is one of the types of dark patterns. And if you'll see here, the way that they put the button for Start Free Trial pops out a lot more than watch trailer, because they don't want you to waste time watching the trailer. They want you to start the free trial. So I clicked on Start Free Trial and it brought me to the page where you select your plan. And this again is showing you some misdirection. Now they use this to get you to spend more money. While you are saving money when you do $15 a month program, it is billed yearly. So right off the bat, as soon as your trial is over in 14 days, they're gonna hit your card for $179. Whereas if you chose the $30 a month package, you will get billed every 3 months at $89. So they want you to pick that $15 a month one because it looks cheaper and the button is orange and it has the best value, save 50%. But in the long run, they are getting more of your money off the bat so that if you cancel in the future, they already have all that money. They don't have to worry about it. Whereas if you're paying every 3 months, they're getting less money and you may not continue after that first 3 months. So I went ahead and I clicked on the $30 a month 14-day free trial. So right before you can even get access, you have to put in your email. And then I continued on. Then you pick a password. This is where you finally put in your payment information. And what I found here was the example of hidden costs and forced continuity. Those are two different types of dark pattern. Now, the hidden costs will come in at the plus applicable taxes because they did not advertise that in the beginning. So surprise, you have an extra cost added to your account. And then of course it says billed every 3 months in advance to the credit card you provide today until you cancel. Manage or cancel your membership anytime by visiting here. So I wanted to see how easy it would be to cancel a membership. I did not fill out this form, so I couldn't go all the way through to cancel a membership, but I wanted to show you a little bit of what is considered a roach motel and is is also considered a dark pattern. So I clicked on it and it has you select a topic. So you have to pick what you are canceling. So are you canceling the Shakeology, Beachbody on Demand, whatever it is. So I went to Beachbody on Demand and it brings me to this. And so I clicked on cancel. Figured, okay, this will ask me if I'm sure, whatever it is. No, that's not what happened. They ask you why you're canceling. So one more click. We have to tell them why we're canceling. Not that it's any of their business. So then I get here and there's more steps. So this is where I couldn't go through any further because I clicked on do it yourself and it just brought me to log in and told me I didn't have an account because I never set it up. So I don't know how easy that part is. I would imagine that's where it ends, or you could text them or call them. So this is an example of the Roach Motel, and that is simply because of all of the buttons that you have to push. In ethical business marketing, they give you an easier way to cancel. It's typically just one click. This is considered the Roach Motel, where you have to go all the different ways to get out, and hopefully you do get out. And I can confirm actually, because when I was accidentally a Beachbody coach, it was difficult to cancel my membership. So I can confirm that this is definitely a Roach Motel situation with Beachbody/BODi. So now we're gonna touch on the privacy pieces of the dark patterns. Now this is where some things are illegal now, and one of those things is growth hacking and spamming. So if you're familiar with LinkedIn, they had a big lawsuit that they ended up losing when they took their email list. They took people's email list who were signing up for LinkedIn and they spammed them all. So they did get sued for that. That is one of the illegal practices of dark patterns in the United States. So if you ever see that happening, make sure you report it. But something that is not illegal but has to be somewhere, it doesn't matter where, it can be the finest small print that you don't even see, that they may give your information to a third party and you have to opt out of that. And sometimes these businesses, these companies make it very hard for you to do so. So on the Beachbody website, I did find a link all the way at the bottom of the website in fine print where it says do not sell my info. And something I saw in the videos that I was watching, which are going to be again linked in the description, is the way that they word all of this fine print. Sometimes it depends on the way they word it, whether you want to toggle that to do not sell my info or leave it untoggled. So I read through this whole thing and you do have to toggle it to have them not sell your information. And then you have to make sure you click save. You can't just toggle it and exit out. So they do, Beachbody does sell your information to third parties like advertising or whatever. Say if they gave their information to Facebook, if they gave your email address to Facebook for ads, they can take your information from what you have been looking at on the internet and target you with ads on Facebook that are more personalized to you and what you click on and what you like. So that's super interesting. It's something I kind of knew about before, but I didn't know the extent that these websites and these businesses and MLMs and all of the things were doing it. So basically, anybody who has a business with an email list, if they are running ads on Facebook, the likelihood of them giving your information to Facebook is very high. Just keep that in mind next time you are giving your email out or whatever it is. That's all they need. That's all they need. Now, let's talk a little bit about road blocking. So this is when you are on a website and the website itself will sense your mouse, your cursor moving to the X or moving like to the web address to leave the website. They will have a pop-up show right as you're doing that, where it's going to show you something pretty enticing, whether it's a free offer or a discounted price on something, anything like that. So I went to the Beach Boss influencers website, which if you're not familiar with them, I did do a deep dive on them. They are network marketing coaches. So I went to their website and they also had a roadblock pop-up show up and it was for a freebie. So it said, don't give up just yet. I don't know why they put a question mark there. Discover how to attract the right people into your downline by swiping our simple 3-step recruiting formula. Enter your details to get this proven 3-step formula for free and start attracting your prospects even if you have no friends left. That's terrifying. I didn't read this before I started this video. Even if you have no friends left, No experience and no results. You likely have no friends left if you've been spamming them with your MLM. And that's why they put that in there. It's so funny. So you give them your first name and your email address and they send you the download. Now, what we just talked about was giving your information to a third party. They likely, well, they absolutely, because they run ads on Facebook, that's how I heard of them. So they can take those IP addresses and those email addresses and upload them to Facebook, to Google ads, whatever ads they're running. I know they run YouTube ads too, so they had to upload it to Google ads. And the software will analyze each of those individuals who have visited the website and have entered their email address and start using that to show those people ads that are more custom to them. It's not necessarily just for their ad targeting, it's also for Facebook and Google's ad targeting. So that's how they get such personalized ads where you're like, how did they know I was even thinking about that? How did this ad show up? That is how they're doing it. So very, very interesting. And then the whole cycle starts again. So you see another ad and you click on that and you fall down their dark patterns of marketing and it just starts all over. So, and the actual technical name that they use for this in the dark patterns world, it's called privacy zuckering, and they named it after Mark Zuckerberg. So I thought that was funny. But another person or another business that does privacy zuckering is none other than Russell Brunson and the ClickFunnels gang. So let's take a look at what happened when I visited their website. When you go to the ClickFunnels website, we're looking at the ClickFunnels main website. So you go to clickfunnels.com and immediately it says meet ClickFunnels, start your free trial today. And then they have like all the fine print and all of that, no contracts, cancel anytime. And you scroll down, you're like, well, how much is it, right? So you're scrolling and it's giving you all of this information and testimonials and another button for start your free trial today. Notice that button really pops out. So that is intentional misdirection. That's already one of the dark patterns that you're gonna notice here. Again, start your free trial today and more things to entice you to buy ClickFunnels. More and more and more and more. And this website just goes on and on with all the start your free trial buttons. All of this stuff that actually, like I said in my other video, is not working. So this is false advertisement on top of it, in my opinion. So start your free trial today, start your free trial today. They're showing you bigger names. So if you know who these people are, like Dean Graziosi, Brooke Castillo, Damon from Shark Tank, if you know who those people are, you're gonna be like, oh wow, they use this too. Start your free trial today. And then they show you who uses it and they give you testimonial videos. Could you be the next 2 Comma Club award winner? So they're showing you that you can get awards. How does this tie into the bite model so well? Start your free trial today. Frequently asked questions. Does anybody ask how much it is? No, that's not even in the frequently asked questions. So I said, all right, let me click on this button that says start your free trial today, since that is everywhere. You still do not get the price. You have to enter in your full name and your email address. So they have that information to give to third-party people now. And they have your information to get you on their email list. It's just like this rabbit hole just keeps going. So I filled it out. I said, no thanks, nope at nope.com. I submitted it and it finally gives me a price. So you have to click through all of these pages to finally get a price. And this is a great example of the hidden costs. So you have no idea what this costs until you get to the last page where you have to put your information, where they already have your name and your email address. So they have the means to target you for the long term until you hit unsubscribe. And even then it's a little iffy. So right here, just this user experience alone from the dark patterns types, we have seen forced continuity, we have seen deliberate misdirection, we have seen obscured pricing, so they hid the price. We have also seen hidden costs, and we have seen privacy zuckering. So 4 things just from the user experience to sign up for a free 14-day trial of ClickFunnels. It just doesn't end there though, guys. It doesn't end there. I should say guys, gals, and non-binary folk. I don't discriminate. If you're here, I love you. So I actually fell on this page on accident, but it showed some great examples of some other things from the dark patterns as well. So I was like, all right, well, let's see what we have here. So this is for ClickFunnels Live, which is what I did my whole video on last week. If you watched that one, if not, I will link it in the description below so you can go and see the show of Russell Brunson, ClickFunnels, and ClickFunnels Live that is going on right now. So you go to this webpage, you get fed this whole BS thing of here's what's included with your ticket and the value stack. It's not worth over $9,000 in my opinion. I don't see it. So they tell you that it's worth over $9,000 and you're getting it today for $997. This is for a ticket to Funnel Hacking Live, which is the event that ClickFunnels puts on. So it shows my information that I already put in, nope at nope.com. And then we see the hidden costs. We see, again, privacy zuckering. We see obscured pricing. We see deliberate misdirection because you have this box in a different color that pops out from everything else that you can get another ticket for $797 each. It's a one-time offer, so they're giving you FOMO. That's another piece of dark patterns. Sometimes their misdirection is to give you a little bit of FOMO. So they're telling you this is a one-time offer. You can bring your friend, your spouse, your team members. So go ahead and click this button. And then of course we see the hidden costs. So the hidden costs come in where all the way at the bottom in the fine print, of course. And it says order total prices include the required Florida state sales tax of $64.81 for the general ticket and $59.78 for each partner ticket. So they don't tell you in the beginning that this is not actually $997. It is $1,061.81 for one ticket. And then if you add another ticket, it is going to be an additional $797 plus $59.78 for each of those. And the reason that they are charging Florida state tax is because this event is being held in Florida. That was a lot. I know. I'm still digesting it all and I plan to do more diving, like I said. But there's more. I don't have examples for the more because I just couldn't find it in time and I really wanted to start like getting the word out about this. So we have confirm shaming. Typically is when you are canceling something. I don't have anything to cancel, so I couldn't pull an example. So say you're canceling, I guess with Cosmo or something, or Glamour, one of those magazines. It used to be if you went and you had a subscription and you canceled, it would ask you like, are you sure you want to cancel? And you could hit no, or you can hit yes, I'm boring. So that's an example of confirm shaming. And I know that a lot of MLMs and network marketing coaches and coaches in general use this when somebody is trying to cancel. So if they do have a process where they can cancel through their website, this will include some confirm shaming. This will also happen sometimes when you go on a website and you get that roadblock pop up. It will force you, it won't have like an X all the time in the corner where you can exit out. It will force you to click on a link that says like, no, I'm boring, or no, I'm rich, I don't need any more money, or something like that. So that's an example of confirm shaming. They also do this like when you're unsubscribing to an email list, they'll do the same kind of confirm shaming, and it's just like, it's getting out of hand. And I didn't know that this was a thing. Like I didn't know that there was a word for it. So again, there's also the growth hacking through spamming, which was the example that I gave with LinkedIn. I just don't have any physical examples to show you. The sneak into basket. So I've never seen this one happen. So this is when somebody is shopping on a website. If you've had this happen to you, let me know in the comments. You're shopping on a website and you go to check out and somehow something that you didn't click on ended up in your cart and you almost buy it, or you do buy it on accident. That is what the sneak into basket type is. And then there's disguised ads. So an example of this, which I couldn't find, but I know I've recently come across these, is when you're on a website and you get a pop-up for an ad and it has an X, but that's not actually closing out of the ad, that's just clicking on the ad. So that is what is considered disguised ads. So there's one last dark pattern that I want to mention, but I don't feel that it needs a actual like physical example, is the bait and switch. So this is when you are purchasing things from an MLM rep and they just keep letting you place orders, and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, you keep placing orders, let's get you on my team. That's the bait and switch. Let that all sink in. We're gonna stop it there. Again, everything that I mentioned is linked below if you want to fall down this rabbit hole with me. It's so much and it's so interesting. Once you see this, once you know about it, you can't unsee it and you can't unknow it. And now you're gonna see all of these tactics come in with all these entrepreneurs and network marketers. So there's just so much to cover. I know that I'm gonna have more videos coming on this. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure that you go ahead and hit the like button. I would appreciate it so much. Make sure you're subscribed if you like this type of content. I'm gonna leave you with this video here because if you liked this one, I think you will like that one, and I will see you over there.